Science is a field that can both inspire and dishearten. The last 100 years of human history have been a stunning display of scientific evolution. The findings that have been made, especially those in connection with the human body, aren't always for the faint of heart and can cause more upset than amazement. Some findings are arguably downright disturbing, like learning that tumors can grow teeth and hair, but are all part of humanity's search for answers regarding the world around us. Whether it's feeding children radioactive oatmeal or ancient giant scorpions stalking their prey in the open ocean, we never know what science will throw our way. When it comes to scientific study, it may be best to assume nothing and expect anything. While science can provide us with answers, sometimes it can leave us with uncomfortable questions. In this video, I'll be looking for science facts that may be super interesting, but they also may unsettle you, finding a permanent home in the recesses of your brain. The Walter E. Fernald School was marketed as a special school for disabled children. While stories of abuse in institutions for disabled individuals are sadly prevalent throughout history, the Fernald School took things to a disturbing level. Between the 1940s and 1950s, at the height of the atomic age, MIT scientists were interested in conducting experiments concerning human health. They used children that society had discarded as unknowing participants in their experiments. They fed the children Quaker oatmeal laced with radioactive iron and calcium. Some children even had radioactive calcium directly injected into them. In addition to disabled children, the school also housed many orphans or homeless children that the state needed to put somewhere. While many children passed in the school from reasons unrelated to the experiments, many at the school suffered numerous abuses in addition to the Quaker Oats experiment. Naegleria fowleri is a dangerous microorganism that lives and breeds in freshwater lakes, rivers, and soil. It can sometimes even be found in swimming pools that are minimally chlorinated or ill-maintained. It's an amoeba, a single-celled microscopic organism that enters the human body through the nose. From there, the organism travels to the brain, where it destroys brain tissue. Initial symptoms include headache, fever, and nausea. Later symptoms include stiff neck, confusion, hallucinations, loss of balance, and seizures. Perhaps most terrifying of all is that it has a mortality rate of over 97% and death typically occurs within 5 days. Oddly enough, one can't be infected by drinking tainted water. The good news is that infections are rare. Between 2011 and 2020, only 33 people were reportedly infected in the US. The bad news is that infections are most likely to occur in summer months, from recreational water sources. Of the 33 infections, 29 occurred in recreational bodies of water, while one other occurred from contaminated tap water on a slip and slide. In 2021, a child passed from an infection obtained at a splash pad at a Texas park. Reviews of the facility showed a lapse in water testing procedures. Shell collectors beware. The small shiny round shell you pick up on a tropical beach could actually be a deadly stinging cone snail. Cone snails are some of the most unexpected and harsh predators in nature. They're slow and shy until they've decided on the creature they'll make their next meal. They usually inject unsuspecting fish with a venom so potent it leaves them rapidly paralyzed, which allows the snail time to slowly eat their prey while it's still alive. They regurgitate the fish's bones before slithering away. Over the years, cone snails have been known to take down humans with their venom. One particularly poisonous type, the geography cone snail, has earned the not-so-funny nickname of the cigarette snail because it's said the victim would only have enough time to smoke a final cigarette before dying. This isn't exactly accurate. Victims would likely have a bit more time than that, but would still be in mortal danger. before dying. If they are unable to quickly receive medical treatment, if stung by a cone snail, numbness will begin at the sting site before spreading through the body to the diaphragm, which prevents breathing. Considering nuclear weapons are one of the most destructive creations humanity has ever built, you'd think we keep pretty good track of them, but it turns out that, much like your car keys or a pair of sunglasses, some of these weapons are lost. Since the successful creation of the nuclear bomb in the 1940s, there have been 6 bombs, that we know of, that have gone missing. Missing nuclear bombs can be attributed to mechanical failure aboard aircraft and submarines, as well as human error. Most of them were carried aboard aircraft or naval ships, and when things went wrong, decisions had to be made, like jettisoning the devices into a water mass below. 5 out of the 6 lost weapons went missing in water in different seas and oceans around the world. The only one of the 6 that was lost on land is presumed to be buried in a field near Goldsboro, North Carolina. It ended up there after the aircraft it was on crashed, and despite various missions to retrieve it, part of the device was not found. Insomnia can be a debilitating disease for many. Not only does it often cause anxiety-filled nights and long, exhausting days, but it can also actually be really dangerous. Insomnia can cause car accidents, low performance at work or school, and physical and mental health issues. Lack of sleep is so detrimental to human health that it's been used a form of torture. Many adults will have a bout of acute insomnia at some point in their lives, but it's usually something that can be addressed and overcome in a few weeks. A select few, however, won't be that lucky. They'll have to deal with a type of insomnia that won't go away, and could prove fatal. Fatal familial insomnia is a rare genetic degenerative brain disorder that usually begins with mild insomnia symptoms that advance to the point where a person isn't getting any sleep at all. The lack of sleep creates intense mental and physical distress that can range from hallucinations to heart problems. The disorder eventually leads to coma and death. It's reported that the onset of symptoms begins around the ages of 45 to 50 but can occur earlier or later in life. There is no cure for fatal insomnia, and treatment differs from person to person. Though it's thankfully rare, the fact is a double-edged sword, as there's a lack of awareness and drive for a cure. Please subscribe, like, and share for more upcoming factual videos. Thank you.